Patterson University Television.
Welcome back to the desk. The softball team here on campus will be starting their season next Wednesday, and here we have to preview the season. We have Anthony, Jimmy, Andrew, and Steve. Now, gentlemen, William Patterson softball team have a new coach in the former UConn pitching coach, great NJAC player as well, Jessica Jacobson. Steve, take us through her resume.
Yeah, exciting times, new coach for William Patterson. Let's take a look at Coach Jacobson's resume, basically, if you will, here. Coach Jacobson, like you said, coming from UConn, pitching coach at UConn, made it to the semifinals, a runner-up in the Big East tournament last year, a grad assistant at New Haven College, won the Honda Inspiration Award as a player at TCNJ, the one female athlete in the entire NCAA that got that award for overcoming adversity. Graduated TCNJ, so she's coming back to the NJAC. And when she played at TCNJ, ERA of 1.39, 29 games started, 201 innings. So Coach Jacobson not only brings the D1 experience from UConn, but she dominated the NJAC when she was here.
Anthony?
Yeah, I mean, this is I don't want to say interesting, but an exciting time for the softball team. This is their third coach in the past 4 years. You know, you went through Hallie Cohen, John McClain. Now you're on Jacobson. So I'm kind of excited to see how that works out. She has experience in the NJAC, like Steve said. This is a pretty balanced team in terms of, you know, graduate students, seniors, undergrads, stuff like that, you know, like freshmen, sophomores, you name it. I'm looking for a big contribution from the sophomores on the team, you know, Lexi Corio, Gianna Mulatto. I think Grace Gaskell's a player that can get a lot of at-bats. So I want to see how this team works out under Jacobson and how they work with not even the seniors, but just the younger players as well.
Andrew?
Yeah, I like what Anthony's saying. I mean, she's been coaching D1 for a very long time. She's bringing a lot of good energy to this team. This is a team, seniors, sophomores, juniors, everything. She coached at Elon. They broke a lot of records there while she was coaching there. I mean, she was a second team all-region and all-conference selection while she was playing at TCNJ. I think she's going to do really good things here.
Jimmy?
I think the most important thing is just exercise patience. You know, we all played sports here. Anytime you have a number of coaching changes, whether it's professional, college, whatever the case may be, probably going to start a little bit slow going into the season, but if you can build your way up with new coaching staff, the players can adapt. That'll be something to look forward to.
And I think the players will adapt to her because I think, like Steve said it, that's a hell of a resume that we saw for her. But the squad here at William Patterson, we have a lot of seniors and we have a graduate student as well. Andrew, let's start with you. Let's hope for a lot of big contributions from the seniors, but which one do you think will have the biggest impact this year?
I'm going to go with Lauren Noveo, the senior outfielder from Dumont. We'll take a look at her stats. Last season, she played 16 games, batted 176, same on base percentage, had 2 steals, and fielding, great fielding. Through her career here, she's batted .256, 23 hits, 21 RBIs, and 13 runs here. She had a little bit of a dip last season after her 2019 season, but I think she's going to be looking for big things this year, and she's going to do good.
Anthony?
I'm looking for the lone grad student on the team, Carly McDaniel, who had a really good season last year. 297 she hit, with 7 for 7 in stolen bases attempts. She had the same amount of extra base hits with 7, 11 RBIs, and 822 OPS. And like I said, the lone grad student can be looked upon as the leader of that team. She actually came in a couple years ago, but as we know, 2020, that season didn't get played because of COVID. So I'm looking for her to, you know, this is technically her second season, so I'm interested to see what she's going to bring to the table.
Steve?
Yeah, give me my girl Anna Nunziato, moving from behind the plate, moving over to shortstop this season, batted .317 last year, OPS of 758, 19 hits, 9 RBIs, a perfect fielding percentage of 1,000. And she's going to be moving to shortstop this year, so we're going to have a new face behind the plate. But that leadership from behind the plate, moving into the infield, is going to be big for the Pioneers.
Jimmy?
I'm going to close off first baseman Caitlyn Monahan. She has a lot of power. She can hit for the average. You know, she turns down her strikeouts from last year. This is a player who was tied for 6th in the NJAC last season in home runs with 3. Led the team in home runs, doubles, and slugging last year. If she can show some consistency in the middle of that order, be a very dangerous Pioneer lineup.
Now, gentlemen, Pioneer team, they do have their first game next Wednesday, but after that, they're going to have 11 games down in Florida as they're going to take their annual spring Florida trip. Now, Anthony, we're going to go to you. Out of the games that they're going to play down there, what do you think is the most important?
Well, you got to start off on the right foot, right? So let's go with Oswego State. You know, you look at Oswego State; they have a chance to start out in Florida with a W. They were 8-14 last year, so they weren't that good. And opponents hit 304 against them with an 834 or 837 OPS. So they're not the best pitching team. They're the Lakers. The Pioneers, I hope, are going to put the L in Lakers. You see that little L in the flag. You know, let's see if Oswego is going to fly the L in Florida. So we'll see what the Pioneers can do against them. But I'm looking forward to that one.
Jimmy?
I'm
I'm going to take Wisconsin Whitewater. Anthony talked about how you start. For me right now, it's about how you finish. It's going to be the last game they play in Florida. They were 29-10 last season. You don't want to have a long plane ride home going home with a loss. So if you can get that momentum going into the rest of your season, come back to New Jersey, that'll be a nice momentum boost.
Andrew?
I'm going to go with Arcadia. They were 21-12 last year, 14-6 in the conference, third in the MAC Freedom Conference. They're 2-2 to start off this season. Freshman Serena Goodridge she's had a hot start so far. She's batting .462 and a .924 OPS. And last year it was led by Megan Soy. You got to watch out for her. She had 43 hits and an 1190 OPS last year.
Steve, close us out.
I'm going to go with the Cortland Red Dragons, all the way from upstate New York. They dominated their conference last year. They won 20 games last year, losing in their championship. But right in the middle of their trip, and it's a prove-it game for them in Florida.
Gentlemen, like we said earlier on this blog, Pioneers will be starting their season next Wednesday against the Stephen Ducks. Jimmy, what are we looking forward to in that matchup?
We could take a quick look at how these two teams compare. You know, Stevens was a very great record last season. They're about 22-10, I believe. They killed it. 22-10 for them. Pioneers 10-14, looking to really rebuild this year. See Stevens, they could really swing. Battle of 310 last season, 138 RBIs. They're going to look to get out early because they started off 0-2 this season against Drew.
Yeah, that's correct.
So they're going to look to get out early against the Pioneers, look to kind of get a rebuild for them.
Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, Stevens hit 11 homers last year, and Jessica Guerrero for Stevens absolutely starting on fire right now. Batting .500 and an insane OPS of 2.404, and she's got 2 home runs and a triple so far. Watch out for her.
Anthony?
This is a team that was very good last year, but that was on the back of one player. I shouldn't say one player, but one pitcher in terms of Jessie Masur. Get these numbers. She had a 1.71 ERA, which is very hard to do in softball in over 126 innings. Good news for the Pioneers. She graduated. She ain't coming back. So the Pioneers have a chance to beat Stevens without her there. Pioneers should get this win.
Steve, close us out.
Opening day on the road, got to go right back to the basics. New coach, get the feel for everything. Like Anthony said, their top pitcher's gone. So you have an opportunity here. Go back to the basics and take advantage of the opportunities that Stevens is going to give you.
Well, we wish a very good luck to the softball team as they will be starting their season next Wednesday. But from Pioneer Softball Park to Jeff Albies Field, we'll take a quick break and come back with the same crew and talk about the 5-1 Pioneer baseball team right after this, only here on WP Sports Desk.